Well. The American dream. You go to school, you graduate, go to college, you get your degree, get a nice paying job with that degree, you get into a relationship, buy your dream house, your dream car, and build a family, and then have a happy retirement after. How many of you are very familiar with this process? You know, I don't even know how many times I've heard this. I can't even count. And I know many of you guys have heard this as well. It's not just me, it's not just your friends. Everyone knows what the American dream is. In fact, many people came over to the United States because of the American dream. They wanted opportunity for their kids, they wanted the best life they could ever imagine. And I know with Gen Z, many of us have parents that come over here for us to have those lives that they imagined for us. After all, this is the land of the opportunities, right? Well, I hate to break it to you, but with the things I've been seeing lately, the American dream sounds like a fairy tale. From housing prices skyrocketing so far out the roof, to used cars being practically the same price as brand new ones, society in America is changing ever so rapidly. And Gen Z is experiencing it all firsthand. We're the ones that grew up during the digital age. We're the ones graduating college and starting our careers right now. It's a horror story to have a VIP ticket to experience these things firsthand. Recently, I read some things about the college graduate unemployment rate increasing, and it's the hardest time to find a new job since 2015. The job market seems to be doing decent for people who already have jobs, but for the new workers, it's looking pretty depressing. Landing a good job right out of college is like finding gold just randomly while you're digging sand at a beach. And to make matters worse, the price of college has been inflating by the second as we speak right now. And with that, there's been 2 million less active college students compared to 2011. Back in the day, people were able to get out of college, start making money, and move right out of their parents' places. Nowadays, many work two jobs and could barely afford rent. For example, you could pause and take a look at this real quick. Forget about even having a job, they can't even get a job. And then we got boomers living in most of the houses that costed them a cool $38,000 back in 1975, and the top 1% hogging an unfathomable amount of wealth. This is why Gen Z has given up on the American dream. However, don't let this fool you. Gen Z hasn't given up on life. We're just finding our own ways to live. From going into skilled trades to job hopping to taking pay cuts because we value our self worth over being taken advantage of in the workforce. We continue to make steps against the odds. Personally, I think Gen Z actually has extreme potential because we grew up in such a rapidly changing world. There's definitely so much resources out there to build your own path and reap the rewards of it. For example, we all have the opportunity to start learning about anything we want from the access of our smartphones. We could start anything by putting in the effort to do research and take action. YouTube and content is becoming a huge industry and market for our generation. Although there's a lot of downsides, there's also the upsides, which is what should be focused on. So to be honest, whether you're chasing a 9 to 5, building your own business, or day trading your way into success, just know that you're not alone in thinking that times are different because that part is true. Use this video as a way to mark your new era in reaching for the stars, and I actually mean it. The only thing that makes a difference is taking action. I'm a thinker, so believe me when I say I overthink a lot of situations, but it feels great when you're in the moment and flowing. I wanted to make this video to educate you and tell you about what's happening right now with society in America and not to discourage you from reaching your dreams. If you still with me in this video, comment down below where you're at in life because I'd love to hear about other people's situations and stories. Life is full of struggles and making the most of it is what counts. Focus on the little things that bring you peace and joy. not distractions that come up and cloud your thoughts. Welcome to Unclouded Ideas, where we bring up the most important and useful topics that'll help us all grow and achieve what we want. Good luck.